Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are having a humpalicious hump day on today. Today is Wednesday, May 20th, 2020. We are really breezing through not only May, but we are really breezing through this like first half of the year. I mean, it just seems like only yesterday it was January 1st, 2020. And now we are in the fifth month of the 20th day of the 20th, which is the 20th, and we're just breezing by through it so quickly. So, anyways, I hope you all are having a wonderful Wednesday thus far. I hope you all are continuing to stay safe, and I pray that you all are continuing to prosper and do well. Today, we are going to be continuing our discussion on the process of writing an argumentative essay. Okay, so again, if you missed the playback on or the class session on yesterday, watch the playback video. Okay, and you will see me from time to time take some sips of tea. Um, I don't know what's going on. I feel a little tickle in my throat, so just gonna drink me some tea this morning, and hopefully that will subside. I want to acknowledge the ding that I heard, so that means we have somebody that's joining us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. I want is that Brittany? I can't really hear you. Mm, mm. Excuse me while I drink some tea. Again, feeling a little tickle in my throat, so I just want to go ahead and just whatever it may be, or could be, or possibly be. I want to go ahead and get rid of it. All right. So again, this class will not be long. Again, today we are just going to be reviewing very quickly the process of writing an argumentative essay. Now, again, it's very important that you understand that there are many different forms and different types of essays that you can write. However, as it relates to your GED English exam, you must write an argumentative essay. And the setup is going to be very simple. What they're going to do, they're going to give you maybe two, well, they're going to give you a topic, and the topic is going to be for something, and the other one is going to be against. Okay. So what you have to do is you have to read both sides of the argument. And what you have to do is you have to pick which side that you're going to go with, or which side that you're going to agree with. And you simply just write about why you chose that side without saying I, me, my, in my opinion, I feel, I think, I believe. Okay. So, just very quickly, what I want to do, I want to just go into a little more detail, if you will, about the different parts of the argumentative essay. And I want to talk a little bit more about the counter argument. Now, on yesterday's class, I discussed all of these things, and I also left a link in my pinned comment section on my YouTube channel. So again, it is very important that you always watch these videos in its full entirety. Check the description box. There may be some resources there for you. Please also check the pinned comment section, as I do leave supplemental resources there as well. Okay. So again, the resources are there and they are available for you, but please take advantage of them. That's going to be so very important. Okay. All right. And of course, what I'm going to do is make this bigger because I can't see it. And I'm pretty sure you can't see it either. But this is what I linked in the description box, or I think my pinned comment section is in one of those places. This particular PDF. Okay, but I just decided to put it in today's lesson so that way you can see it in real time. Okay, I'm going to make it a little bigger, hopefully not too big. And I think that might be good. So I'm going to put you down here so that way you can see it. All right. Okay, all right. So hopefully you all can see that. Um, I've tried to get it to where it can fit, but I just do what I can. All right. So it says argumentative paper format. So in essence, as I stated before, there are many different ways to organize an argumentative essay. I like this particular format simply because it gives you a full breakdown of what to include in your argumentative essay. And again, these are the things that we talked about on yesterday. So, as I always tell my students, in the event that you didn't believe anything that I said, you have it right here. See, I have supported evidence and I have provided proof and substantiated my claim here. So, that's what you have to do in your paper as well. Okay, and I am going to go ahead and make it bigger one more time. And I know this probably is too big, but that's okay because I can scroll and move things over. Okay, all right. Now, again, with the introduction, it says 1 to 2 paragraphs tops. You only need one. The reason why, again, I say that is because different essays require different things. But when you're writing your argumentative essay, you only need about 5 paragraphs total. Okay, you don't want to go overboard because at that point you're going to be writing what's called a thesis. Okay, so I just want to make sure that you try to keep it as short and sweet and simple and to the point as possible. As my 7th grade English teacher, Mrs. Crock, we used to call her Mrs. Crockpot, but Mrs. Crock would tell us when you're writing an essay, you want to keep it like a skirt, long enough to cover the subject, but short enough to still keep the reader's interest. So I remember that from 7th grade, and again, I am knocking on 40. So that has always stuck with me, and that's one of the things that I always tell my students. When you're writing these essays, you do not want to go off into tangents. You do not want to go, all over the place. You want to stay in the lane of your topic. You want to make sure that you are covering every piece and every point of your topic. Okay. And again, that deals with vocabulary, that deals with comprehension of the topic. So, again, if those things are really not your strong suit, or if those are things that find difficult, please, there are a plethora of resources that I have on my channel that you are more than welcome to use. I actually made a GED playlist of all 4 subjects. So I implore you and I encourage you to please look at those and take notes and use those for your benefit. Okay. So it also says the purpose. Now, the point of an argumentative essay, it says to set up and state one's claim. Not only are you doing that, but you're going to prove your claim. So that's the whole point of an argumentative essay. You want the reader to agree with what it is that you're saying. You're arguing a point, and as the reader, you want the reader to be like, yeah, I agree with everything that she wrote. Check mark, good. Because if you ever write an essay and someone writes something and the reader is like, huh? I don't understand what, then more than likely that means that they did not understand what it was that you've written, and they did not understand the point you were trying to make. So always keep that in mind when you're writing an essay, an argumentative essay. You want to make sure that you state your claim and you prove your claim, because that's the whole entire point. Okay. Now, it says here, make your introductory paragraph interesting. How can you draw your readers in? Some people call that an attention grabber. Okay. So again, you want to start off with general information. You want to start off with something that you already know about said topic. Okay. And that's normally your general statement. This is something that everyone knows. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to scroll down here. Just going to skip a couple of things. What background information, if any, do we need to know? Again, that goes into the introductory paragraph. So it's kind of like a funnel. You're starting off general, okay? You're starting off general, and then you're narrowing it down to be specific. You're getting to your question and you're getting to your answer, okay? Now, it says required elements here. Um, and again, this goes with the different types of argumentative essays that you can write. For example, it says if you're arguing about a literary work, you have to state the author and the title. If you are arguing about an issue or theory, provide brief explanation of your issue or theory. If you are arguing about a film, state the director, year, and title. So in this instance, as it relates to the adult ed program slash GED program, you're going to be given a topic. It's going to be, I agree, no, I don't agree. Simple as that, okay? Now, in all of your essays, in every essay that you will ever write, and I'm going to see if I can underline this, highlight it. Let me try to highlight it just to see, okay? State your claim at the end of your introductory paragraph. And I knew that line was going to be a little, I knew it was going to be, all right. So what does that mean? Remember on yesterday, and again, if you did not watch yesterday's video, I strongly encourage you to watch it. So that way today's video will make more sense. Yesterday, we talked about a question. So in your introductory paragraph, you're going to have a question. And the question is going to lead into your claim meaning, yes, I believe this is correct, or no, I don't believe this is correct, without saying the words I believe, okay? So that's going to be very, very important, making sure that you use the correct terminologies and the correct words in your essay, okay? So again, just going to go down here. Now, it talks about background paragraph. Remember, all of this is in your introductory paragraph, and you don't need another paragraph under that. The background information can be included as a part of your introductory paragraph, okay? So it says 1 or 2 paragraphs tops. You don't need that. And of course, the goal of the introductory paragraph is to lay the foundation of proving your argument. So the introductory paragraph is basically like your foundation. And think of it as building a house. It is your foundation. And every time you have a reason with evidence, you're building. Okay, so then you have your basement, right? Or the first floor if you don't have a basement. Then you have your second floor, then your third floor, and then maybe the attic or the attic or the roof. So think of it as building like a house. You want your foundation to be strong when you're building a house. So it's very important that you take the same analogy and you apply it to your argumentative essay. Very important. All right. Now, when it says summary of works being discussed, again, that only goes with a narrative if you are writing a story or if you're doing a research paper, okay? Definition of key terms. Again, you don't need that in an argumentative essay, okay? Again, there are different types of essays that you can write, but for the sole purpose of conversation, we are only discussing argumentative essays. So in this instance, you don't need any of these things in your argumentative essay. Explanation of key theories, you don't need that in there, okay? Theories and works being discussed, all of those things are more so when you are writing what's called a thesis. Now, when you go to grad school, if you are interested in that kind of thing after you get your bachelor's degree from said university and you want to decide to go to grad school, you will be writing what's called a master thesis. And a thesis, in my opinion, is a book. Okay. And you're basically given a topic and you're doing research on the topic and you're trying to prove what your topic is about. You're talking about it, you're discussing it, but there you may have to debunk some myths, you may have to do, some other things within your master thesis. So I say all of that to say this: no matter where you go, writing is always going to be there, okay? It is not going to go away. Just like math, it's not going to go away. Mm. All right. Oh, that tea is delicious. All right. So now I am going to scroll down and it says supporting evidence, paragraph 1. Okay. Make sure. Okay. All right. So the purpose of your first paragraph is to prove your argument. It says usually is one paragraph, but it can be longer. So again, you're going to have 3 reasons for your argumentative essay. Okay. The first reason is going to be whatever your reason is. Okay. And then you're going to have to come up with the evidence to support your reasons. Okay. And again, if you think that this is difficult, it's really not, because even in conversation, we do this every single day. Again, parents and children, when children do something that is not right and the parents put them on punishment, and the child or the children says, Ma, I really want to get off of punishment. And of course, the parent says, give me one reason why. If you can give me a reason why I should take you off of punishment early, I'll do it. So then, of course, what happens? They come up with all of these reasons. I learned my lesson. I'll never do it again. I didn't know. I didn't know better. And now that I know, so they come up with all of these reasons why they should be off of punishment earlier. So again, we go through these things every single day, no matter what type of relationship that we have, whether it's parent and child, whether it's, husband, wife, whether it's, working with different people, working in diverse, cultures, and working with, just different people in different organizations and companies. So we have these types of conversations every single day where we have to prove something. Okay. So that's very, very important. All right. We also, it also says the topic sentence. Now, the topic sentence is what is one item, factor, detail, or example you can give readers to help them better understand your claim within your paper. Okay. So I want to say a while back, we talked about topic sentences as it relates to main idea. Okay. Um, Again, a topic sentence, it should answer the question. So there's a part of that question. I'm sorry, not a part of the question, but it is a part of your answer. Okay. So for example, we talked about yesterday, should schools open back up in August? Okay. Some would argue, yes, they should. Some would argue, no, they shouldn't. But one thing you have to remember, make sure that you pick a side. You have to be definitive and decisive in your answer. That's very, very important. You cannot straddle the fence. You cannot say, oh my God, I don't know. It depends on what so and so said. Like, you have to pick a side. So again, I just want to encourage you, if you're the type of person that doesn't know or is really not sure, this is definitely going to help you with making definitive decisions. Why? Because you have to do it on your paper. Okay. So your topic sentence is basically your reason. Okay. So the topic sentence for your first paragraph is your reason. So now you have to introduce your evidence. Okay. Introduce your evidence either in a few words or in a full sentence. Well, I will go with the full sentences because remember, each reason is going to represent a paragraph. Okay. So if you have 3 reasons for whatever stance you've taken, each of those reasons are going to represent a paragraph. Okay. So it says, how should we read or interpret the evidence you are providing to us? How does this evidence prove the point that you're trying to make? Okay. Now it says can be opinion based. Remember, in your argumentative essay, your opinion, subjectively speaking, it doesn't matter. You must write it in a third person objective point of view. Okay. So you cannot write, I feel, I think, I believe, I know. You cannot write those words because that's a first person point of view. Okay. It says, and then it says conclude. So in essence, each of these are sentences. So we have one sentence, two, three, four, five. And remember, five sentences make up a paragraph. So this would actually be your first paragraph in your argumentative essay, which is a part of the body. So remember, in your argumentative essay, you have an introduction, you have one, two, three body paragraphs, which are the reasons with the evidence to support what it is that you're trying to prove, and then you have your conclusion. Okay. But this is what I really want to, and I think it's here. This is what I want to talk about, the counter argument. Okay. So again, it says supporting evidence paragraphs, numbers 2, 3, and 4. You're going to do the same thing. Now, yesterday I discussed when it comes to the first two paragraphs, you want that to be your reasons with your evidence. When it comes to the third paragraph, some people again want to probably put a third reason. Other people may want to write a counter argument. Again, Ms. Hampton is not saying that a counter argument is wrong. That's not what Ms. Hampton is saying. What I'm saying is, depending upon what generation you came up in, as I stated on yesterday, you may have learned about a counter argument and you may feel comfortable with writing a counter argument, and that's fine. However, for me, if it were me, I would just stick with my three reasons and I would just write down why I chose what I chose. Okay. But the purpose of a counter argument is to anticipate your reader's objections, make yourself sound more objective and reasonable. Well, the point is you want to sound objective and reasonable throughout your entire essay. All right. Now it says usually 1 to 2 paragraphs. No, it's only one. But again, you don't want to write paragraphs on top of paragraphs on top of paragraphs because remember, your GED tests are timed. So you want to make sure that you are using your time wisely. Okay. You don't have, I believe you only have 45 minutes to type up your essay. So you don't have time to write 10 paragraphs. You want to keep it as concise as possible and sweet and to the point. So again, your sweet spot will more than likely be 4 to 5 paragraphs. Okay. No more than 5. If we want to keep it at a sweet spot. All right. Now, the counter argument says, what possible arguments might your reader pose against your argument and or some aspects of your reasoning? Okay, so again, we talked about should schools open in August? If you started off with yes, schools should open up in August because blah, 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 your counter argument is going to be like, on the other hand, some feel that schools should not open in August because of da 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 da. So that's a counter argument. So within that paragraph, the counter argument simply just is the opposite of what you said. So if you said yes, schools should open, your counter argument, the paragraph would be no, and you'll just list why. If you said no, school should not open in August, your counter argument would be, on the other hand, some people or some states may decide to open up schools because blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right. So now it says in your paragraph with a concluding sentence that reasserts your paper's claim as a whole. All right. So I am going to post in my pinned comment section, or maybe in my description box. It'll probably be in the pinned comment section. Um, Different transitional words, different keywords that you can use to transition. Because the goal of your essay, you want everything to flow. You want everything to just easy, breezy, and nice. You don't want things to go up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay. So when someone is reading your work, you want them to understand what it is that you've read, and you want them to agree. That's the whole point. You want them to agree with, oh, I agree with what she wrote. Check, she hit 100. All right. So now it says conclusion, sum up paragraph. You remember, a conclusion is only one paragraph. Okay. All right. So it says, remind your readers of your argument and supporting evidence. Okay. And this is what I said yesterday. Restate your paper's overall claim and supporting evidence. Do not rewrite. There is a difference between restating something and rewriting. When you are rewriting something, you are literally verbatim, word for word, rewriting everything. That's not what you want to do in your conclusion. Okay? That's not what you want to do. You want to restate, or you want to sum up everything in your paper. Put a nice little pretty bow on it. That's what you want. Okay? Now, I laugh at this part because this "so what" paragraph reminds me of one of my professors in college. For those who don't know, and or for those who care to know, when I went to Clayton State University, go Lakers, I took so many English classes, I ended up minoring in English. And because I minored in English, that means I wrote a lot of papers. That means I read a lot of I read a lot of stories. And so I had a professor. She wrote on my paper. I can't remember exactly what I wrote, but I wrote something and she responded back, "So what?" So I didn't know how. And so when I asked my professor, "What does this mean?" She said, "What does this paragraph, or what does this line, or what does what you wrote have anything to do with the story or the essay?" I don't understand. Okay. Very important that you organize your writing. Use an outline. Okay. Outlines are very beneficial. They are very helpful to help you stay on track and stay in your lane as it relates to what you're writing about. Okay. And I'm going to read this part again because simply, just in case nobody believed me. Your conclusion should not simply restate your intro paragraph. Your conclusion says almost the exact same thing as your introduction. It may indicate that you have not done enough critical thinking during the course of your essay. Your conclusion should tell us why we should care about your paper. In so many words. What is the significance of your claim? Why is it important? It's right there. It's right there. All right. And there are some other things. Vivid, concrete language. Again, you have to know your parts of speech. And I know that sounds very elementary. I know that sounds very like, oh my God, I don't know. But, you must have a strong grip and a foundation on the 8 parts of speech. Using vivid, concrete language, you want to use descriptive words. You want to use words that bring your essay to life. Okay. Um, Vivid, concrete language is as important in a conclusion as it is elsewhere, perhaps more essential. since the conclusion determines the reader's final impression of your essay. And you probably can't see it, but this is an outline of and the background information goes into your introductory paragraph. So these two things go together as paragraph one. Okay. Now, again, normally in an essay, you have that is called the body. Okay. Hopefully y'all can see that. And then of course, you don't need this so what conclusion. This will be the end. Okay. Now, going back to the supporting evidence, remember, and again, I cannot stress it enough. It just depends on who on who you are, okay, as a person and how you were taught. Your first two supporting evidence, which is your reason, okay. So you have reason one. Okay. Then you have reason number two. Okay. And then you have reason number three. Okay. Now, these could simply be your body paragraphs, or you can do one, two, and then the counter argument. So for these two, I would either say you can pick one for your third paragraph, okay? Because again, you are allotted so much time. You're not allotted so much time for your writing part of the essay. You only have 45 minutes, okay? And that's the symbol for paragraph, just in case you wanted to know. All right. And then, of course, you sum up your conclusion by rewriting your introduction. Okay. Now, this was just a quick review with a little more insight and a little more detail as it relates to the argumentative essay writing process. All right. So there will be an assignment. So this is going to be your assignment if you are in class and or watching this playback video. I am going to link an essay. I'm going to link an essay in either the pinned comment section or the description box once I upload this video. Your assignment is to identify the introduction, the introductory paragraph. You're going to identify the three reasons within that paragraph and give an example of the evidence. And you are going, and also, I'm sorry, if there is a counter argument, you're going to identify that as well, and you are going to identify the conclusion. Very simple. So this is going to take some reading. This is going to take some critical thinking, but I know you can do it. Okay. So again, it will be linked in my pinned comment section. More than likely, it will be a PDF. So if you have access to click on the link and you can print it, so that way you can have a copy of it, you're more than welcome to do so. Okay. So that is going to be your assignment. So what I'm going to do, I am simply just going to type. Oops. I'm going to type out your assignment. In the event someone says, well, Ms. Hampton, I didn't know. You knew. I promise you knew. Okay. And I'll leave it on this white background. I try to make it colorful and make it pretty. Okay. Okay, so remember, you are to read the paragraph. Okay. So normally when I give out assignments, they are normally due by noon of the same day. But because you may have to do some, some more research, and or you may have to do a little bit of digging deeper as it relates to this particular topic, I'm giving you 24 hours to turn this in to me. It's very, very important, again, that you are doing the assignments that are given to you, because this is going to help you once the testing centers are open. This is going to help you get ready and prepare and go ahead and knock these GED tests out. Okay. So, again, it doesn't make any sense, and you're actually doing yourself a strong disservice by only watching the videos and not doing the assignments. Very simple. Okay. So I just want to encourage you, if you're watching this playback video as one of my students, it's very important, again, that you do the assignments. Very, very important. Because I want you to be ready. Once all of this is over with and done, I want you to be ready. Okay? Very, very important. Okay? So that is your assignment. All right? If you have any questions about this assignment, please feel free to reach out to me. If you need any clarification, reach out to me. I'm available. Where am I going? Seriously, where am I going? Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop the screen share. Okay. All right. So again, if there are any questions that you have, if you need some clarification on the type of, or on the assignment, or if you don't know where to start or where to go, please feel free to reach out to me. Okay. The once I upload the video, the link will be in the pinned comment section. Okay, so that way all you will have to do is just click on it and it will pop up. And again, it will be a PDF file, meaning that if you have a printer at home, you are more than welcome to download and to print off the essay, so that way you can have it and you can mark on it. You can do whatever it is that you're going to do. Okay, so I hope that this lesson was detailed enough, and I hope that you now understand the importance of writing. I hope you understand the importance of making sure that you have the fundamentals, the foundations of English down pat, meaning knowing your 8 parts of speech, knowing your subject and verb agreements, knowing when and where and how to use certain parts of your 8 parts of speech. Okay, and if you need a refresher on that, I do have a playlist. Shout out to Schoolhouse Rock. That playlist is available for you. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get this video uploaded for you all, so you can go ahead and get started. Remember, if you have any questions at all, please make sure that you ask. Okay. There's no such thing as a dumb question, except for the ones that you do not ask. All right. So thank you, Brittany, for joining me this morning. I really do appreciate your consistency. Please make sure that you complete the assignment. You have until tomorrow noon to turn it in to me via email. Okay. And again, if you're one of my students that are watching and you don't have my email, shame on you. Shame on you. Reach out to me and I'll be sure to get that for you. All right. So until tomorrow, I bid you all a blessed, wonderful day. Please make sure that you continue to stay safe. Please make sure that you are continuing to practice and adhering to the guidelines as it relates to social distancing and just making sure that you stay safe because we need you. We really do. All right. Miss Hampton loves each and every one of you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. And until tomorrow, bye.